Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this little journey into the heart of what makes a house truly a home. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep your spirit nourished with more inspiration every day. Your support helps us continue sharing moments of warmth and wisdom. A house is far more than a collection of walls, a roof, or cold bricks stacked together. It is, in essence, a sanctuary, a safe harbor amid the relentless storms of life. Imagine stepping through a doorway after a long, exhausting day. The world's chaos fades away. The comforting embrace of your home wraps around you. The walls do not merely stand, they whisper stories of resilience, of laughter shared across generations, of quiet tears shed in solitude. These walls are keepers of memory, silent witnesses to every joy and sorrow that has passed through their presence. Every window of a house is a portal, a delicate frame capturing the promise of tomorrow. Look through it, and you might see the first golden rays of dawn, or the gentle sway of leaves in the evening breeze. Each window offers perspective, a gentle reminder that while the house shelters our bodies, it also shapes our vision of hope, guiding us toward possibilities yet to come. A home is not built with hands alone, but with patience, kindness, and the love infused into every corner. The very structure of a home is inseparable from the spirit of those who inhabit it. Consider the heart of a home. It teaches us that protection is more than shielding from the rain. True shelter comes from the warmth within, the laughter shared over meals, the quiet understanding that grows between those who live together, and the reassurance that no matter the chaos outside, there exists a place where one is wholly safe. A home nurtures courage by giving the spirit a resting place. It teaches us to rise again after life's inevitable tumbles, because we always have somewhere to return, somewhere to rebuild. A house mirrors the soul of its caretakers. It reflects the balance between peace and activity, solitude and togetherness, silence and song. As you wander through its halls, you sense more than the echo of your footsteps. You sense the layers of life itself embedded in the beams and floorboards. Each room holds lessons in stillness. Each corner reminds us to pause and reflect. It is here within these walls that the foundations of character are quietly, lovingly reinforced.
Finally, a home is the cradle of hope. Its spaces are not merely functional, they are poetic. The gentle curve of a staircase, the soft glow from a lamp, the comforting arrangement of furniture, all coalesce to form an environment where dreams can take root. A house teaches that life is not only about survival, but about thriving in small moments of beauty and connection. It reminds us that while the outside world may be harsh and unpredictable, inside these walls, there is space for love to flourish, for creativity to bloom, and for hope to endure. In essence, a home is a reflection of the human spirit, a reminder that we carry with us a capacity for warmth, for resilience, and for infinite possibility wherever we dwell. May you find in your own house not just shelter, but a beacon of comfort and a source of inspiration. Treat each corner sacred, each window a portal to hope, and each wall a testament to the enduring power of love. In doing so, your home will never be just a place to live, it will be a place to thrive. As we continue our journey through the essence of home, let us pause to reflect on the deeper truths that lie within its walls. A home is not simply a structure, it is a teacher, a mentor, a companion in our lives. Its lessons are subtle yet profound, gently shaping who we are and how we navigate the world outside. Imagine walking beneath a sturdy roof that shelters not just your body, but your spirit. This roof is more than a protective covering. It is a shield for dreams, a canopy under which courage can grow. It whispers softly that even when storms rage beyond the windows,
there exists a refuge where the soul can rest, where hope is preserved, and where the heart can gather strength. Within the home, we learn resilience. Each wall, each beam, each floorboard carries the memory of countless challenges overcome. The house absorbs our fears and transforms them into quiet confidence. It offers us the freedom to stumble, to fail, and to rise again. A home that nurtures love teaches patience and understanding, showing us that life's trials are not to be feared, but embraced as part of growth. The hum of everyday life inside these walls, laughter, whispered conversations, the clatter of dishes, the soft footsteps on a wooden floor, becomes a rhythm that comforts the mind and invigorates the spirit.
In this sanctuary, we understand that protection is not about isolation. It is about creating a space where life can unfold safely and fully. Every step inside a home is a reminder of connection. It is in the corners, the hallways, and the rooms where memories are forged. The echoes of shared experiences, both joyous and sorrowful, linger as a gentle presence. They tell us that home is a living entity, shaped as much by the people within it as by the materials that form it. A home reflects our values and priorities. The care we put into arranging furniture, the warmth of a welcoming room, the thoughtful touches that make spaces feel alive, these are the marks of intentional living, of a life aligned with love and purpose. Windows and doors, though simple, carry symbolic weight. They are portals to opportunity, gateways for dreams, and thresholds of possibility. The sunlight that filters through a window illuminates more than the room. It illuminates the mind, sparking creativity, reflection, and hope. The doorway, meanwhile, is both a boundary and an invitation. It reminds us that home is a place of safe departures and inevitable returns. Through these entrances and exits, we learn the delicate balance between independence and togetherness, between venturing into the world and seeking solace in the familiar. A home, when cherished, becomes a source of courage. It nurtures the heart, encouraging us to dream boldly, to embrace vulnerability, and to cultivate gratitude. Within its embrace, we recognize the value of simplicity and the strength of quiet moments. A home teaches that happiness is often found in small gestures, a shared meal, a heartfelt conversation, a smile exchanged across a room. It reminds us that while the external world can be unpredictable and demanding, the sanctuary of home remains a constant, a place where our essence is honored, our dreams are protected, and our spirits are renewed. Thus, the 6th to 10th lessons of home reveal its profound ability to nurture, shelter, and inspire. A home is more than a physical space. It is a mirror to the soul, a sanctuary for growth, and a canvas on which the human experience is painted. Its walls speak of resilience, its roof whispers safety, and its rooms echo with the symphony of life itself. Let us honor our homes, not just as dwellings, but as teachers of love, courage, and enduring hope.
In doing so, we carry the lessons of home into the world, spreading warmth, understanding, and inspiration wherever we go. Alayhi Salam. We venture further into the quiet wisdom of a home. Let us pause to feel the life that hums softly between its walls. A home is not merely a dwelling. It is a fertile ground where dreams take root, nurtured by love and patience. Each room, each corridor, each small corner becomes a sanctuary for hope. Here, imagination grows alongside the rhythm of daily life, and even the smallest acts, folding a blanket, lighting a candle, arranging a chair, are imbued with significance. They are rituals of care, gentle affirmations that life, in all its complexity, is worth cherishing. Within these walls, the essence of belonging is cultivated.
A home teaches us that comfort is not merely physical, it is emotional, spiritual, and deeply human. It is in the quiet mornings when sunlight spills across the floor that one realizes the profound intimacy of these moments. Here, the soul finds its rhythm, unhurried and tender. Each corner holds memory and possibility, intertwining the past and the future into a gentle narrative of life lived fully. A home, in this sense, is not just a place, it is a feeling, a sanctuary where the heart can exhale and the mind can wander freely. The lessons a home imparts are subtle but enduring. It teaches patience, showing that beauty emerges not in haste but in care. A home teaches gratitude, revealing the quiet magic in everyday moments, the aroma of fresh bread, the warmth of a sunbeam on a wooden floor, the soft murmur of wind against the window pane. These small details accumulate, shaping a life that is not only lived but felt deeply. In the nurturing embrace of a home, even the most ordinary routines become acts of love, reminding us that stability and kindness are cultivated through consistent, mindful attention. Love, the invisible mortar that binds the house, becomes tangible here. It is found in shared meals, gentle conversations, and the laughter that fills empty rooms. A home that radiates love provides courage to its inhabitants. It encourages exploration beyond the walls, knowing that a sanctuary exists to return to. This cyclical dance between leaving and returning, venturing and resting, strengthens the spirit and nurtures resilience. It is in the comfort of home that we learn to trust ourselves, to dream without fear, and to embrace both joy and sorrow with equal grace.
Every home is a repository of wisdom, quietly teaching lessons about life, relationships, and self-awareness. The arrangement of furniture, the warmth of a hearth, the light that streams through windows, all serve as metaphors for balance, harmony, and mindfulness. A home reveals that true happiness does not arise from external grandeur, but from the depth of connection and the care invested in nurturing one another. Here one learns that the simplest gestures often carry the most profound impact, and that a gentle, attentive presence can transform ordinary spaces into sanctuaries of hope. As we immerse ourselves in these truths, we realize that the 11th to 15th lessons of home are about cultivating gratitude, patience, and love in every moment. A home is a mirror reflecting our inner life. It nurtures resilience, supports growth, and provides solace during the storms of existence. It is a place where dreams are both cradled and challenged, where laughter and tears coexist, and where the human spirit is continuously nourished. In honoring the spaces we inhabit, we honor ourselves, our histories, our aspirations, and our capacity for enduring hope. Thus, the home is never merely a house. It is a living entity, a sanctuary for the mind and heart alike, and a teacher of life's most subtle and profound lessons. Every step we take within it, every object we touch, and every light that illuminates its walls reinforces a universal truth. We are most ourselves when nurtured by love, anchored by stability, and inspired by the quiet magic of the spaces we call home. Let this knowledge guide our actions and our hearts, reminding us that the warmth we cultivate within is the light we carry into the world beyond our doors. As we continue to explore the heart of what a home truly represents, let us pause to reflect on the quiet, steadfast wisdom it imparts. A home, in its essence, is a living canvas, a space where simplicity meets depth, where ordinary moments become extraordinary, and where the smallest gestures of care carry immense weight. Even a modest house can cradle profound happiness, for it is not the grandeur of bricks and beams that creates warmth, but the love, attention, and intention poured into every corner. A simple room, thoughtfully arranged, can hold more contentment than a mansion devoid of heart. It is in these modest spaces that the true value of home becomes apparent. Comfort, safety, and the freedom to be fully oneself. Every home is a sanctuary of growth. The walls, the floors, and the ceilings silently witness the unfolding of character, the shaping of resilience, and the nurturing of patience. Within its embrace, one learns to confront life's challenges with courage. A home offers a safe space to stumble, to reflect, and to rise again stronger. The quiet moments, the morning sunlight spilling onto a kitchen table, the gentle hum of evening wind through open windows, the soft echo of footsteps across wooden floors, teach us that life's richness is often found in subtlety. In the shelter of a home, we understand that growth is nurtured by consistency, care, and mindfulness. A home is not merely a backdrop for life, it actively shapes it. The arrangement of furniture, the warmth of a hearth, the thoughtful positioning of a lamp, these elements are not trivial. They are symbols of intention, manifestations of care that influence the rhythm of our daily existence. A well-tended home nurtures gratitude, reminding us to value the small joys and to honor the relationships that flourish within its walls. Here, we see that happiness is not a distant goal, but a practice embedded in our interactions, our routines, and our environment. Each object, each shadow, each beam of light becomes a lesson in presence and mindfulness. Windows and doors hold metaphorical and literal significance. They represent opportunities, thresholds, and possibilities. Sunlight streaming through a window illuminates not just a room, but the imagination. A door opening invites both departure and return, symbolizing the delicate balance between exploration and refuge. Through these thresholds, we are reminded that a home is a place of freedom as much as safety, a foundation from which the heart can venture into the world and always find its way back. In this dynamic, we cultivate resilience and courage, knowing that the sanctuary of home remains a steadfast anchor. At its core, a home radiates love, care, and belonging. The warmth of shared meals, the intimacy of whispered conversations, and the comfort of simple gestures all weave together into a tapestry of life lived fully.
These experiences, accumulated over time, teach us that home is more than physical structure. It is the emotional and spiritual soil in which hope, courage, and creativity grow. A cherished home provides the confidence to dream boldly and to embrace life's uncertainties with grace. Within its embrace, we learn that the truest wealth is found not in material possessions, but in the depth of connection, the cultivation of patience, and the practice of consistent, heartfelt care. Thus, the 16th to 20th lessons of home reveal profound truths about simplicity, intentionality, resilience, and love. A home is a mirror of the human spirit, a place where character is shaped, hope is nurtured, and life's beauty is amplified through mindful attention to the everyday. In honoring our homes, we honor the process of growth, the practice of gratitude, and the enduring power of care. The walls, the rooms, the windows, and the doorways do more than shelter us. They teach, inspire, and guide us, reminding us that the essence of a fulfilling life is cultivated quietly, patiently, and lovingly within the spaces we inhabit. May each of us embrace our homes not merely dwellings, but as living teachers, steadfast companions, and beacons of comfort and inspiration, lighting the way for the life we are capable of creating and cherishing. As we continue our journey into the heart of what makes a home more than mere walls, let us reflect on the profound truth that a home is ultimately a reflection of the self. It is not simply a physical structure, but a living extension of the soul. The space we inhabit mirrors our inner landscapes, our hopes, our fears, our love, and our resilience. In the quiet of its rooms, we encounter ourselves fully, stripped of pretension, and reminded that the essence of home is inseparable from the essence of who we are. Each object carefully placed, each corner thoughtfully tended, is a reflection of intention and care, a subtle declaration that life matters, that beauty resides in both simplicity and mindfulness. Home is a teacher of roots. It grounds us in the ever-changing currents of life, providing stability when the world outside is unpredictable. It is here, within the embrace of familiar walls, that we learn the delicate balance between freedom and attachment, between exploration and return.
A well-loved home is not rigid, nor is it static. It grows with us, accommodating the evolving rhythms of our lives while remaining a constant source of solace. Its walls witness our growth, silently celebrating our achievements, comforting our failures, and reminding us that every experience is part of a larger journey. The lessons a home offers are both subtle and profound. It teaches the art of presence, in the gentle curve of a staircase, in the filtered sunlight across a wooden floor, in the quiet hum of wind against a window pane. We learn to pause, to notice, and to appreciate. A home nurtures gratitude, showing that even ordinary moments, making tea, watering plants, arranging books, are infused with meaning when performed with care and attention. In this environment, mindfulness is cultivated naturally, and life's beauty is revealed not through grandeur, but through the attentive celebration of small, everyday acts. Within its walls, home fosters resilience. The very act of caring for a space, cleaning, organizing, decorating, maintaining, cultivates patience and perseverance. We learn that stability is a practice, not a given, and that our environment responds to the love we pour into it. The home becomes both shelter and mirror. It shelters us from life's storms, while reflecting the inner strength we sometimes forget we possess. Every room, every window, every doorway holds the potential to inspire courage, creativity, and hope. By engaging with our homes intentionally, we cultivate habits that echo beyond its walls, shaping our character and our capacity to navigate the wider world with grace and confidence. A home also teaches the value of connection. It is within these walls that relationships are nurtured and deepened. Shared laughter, whispered conversations, and the simple presence of loved ones create a network of emotional sustenance. These interactions reveal that true wealth is not measured in possessions, but in bonds, empathy, and the attention we give to one another. In this way, the home becomes both a stage for life and a laboratory for growth, offering lessons in patience, empathy, and the quiet power of presence. Thus, the 21st to 25th lessons of home reveal its role as a mirror, a teacher, and a sanctuary. It grounds us, nurtures us, and encourages us to engage with life intentionally. By honoring our homes, we honor ourselves, our inner landscapes, our relationships, and the subtle beauty of the everyday.
The walls, the windows, the doors, and the light that fills its spaces all remind us that life is to be cherished in both its extraordinary and ordinary moments. A home is never merely a place to reside. It is a crucible for growth, a canvas for hope, and a sanctuary for the spirit. In cultivating our homes with care and attention, we cultivate our lives with depth, resilience, and enduring joy. May we embrace the 21 through 25 lessons of home, not only allow some principles to observe, but allow some invitations to live fully, to notice the details, to nurture relationships, to honor the rhythm of life, and to create spaces that reflect the beauty and courage within ourselves. In this, home becomes both a teacher and a companion, guiding us toward a life rich in meaning, comfort, and hope. As we step deeper into the essence of home, we uncover its quiet power to nurture the soul and awaken the spirit. A home is far more than a mere structure of bricks, wood, and stone. It is a sanctuary, a cocoon in which our hearts find refuge and our minds find clarity. Within its walls, we are reminded that life's most profound lessons are often learned not in the chaos of the world, but in the quiet, tender moments that unfold behind closed doors. The home becomes both mirror and mentor, reflecting our innermost selves while guiding us toward patience, resilience, and grace. A home is a teacher of courage. Its warmth encourages us to dream boldly, to venture beyond comfort, and to embrace the unknown, knowing that there exists a sanctuary to return to. Every room carries the echoes of laughter, whispers of reassurance, and even the silence that teaches introspection. In these spaces, we find the confidence to explore life fully, for the home silently proclaims that no matter how far we roam or how challenging the journey, there is always a place where we are safe, valued, and restored. The walls of a home hold stories layered like the rings of a tree. They capture fleeting moments of joy, the quiet hum of daily life, and the resilience displayed during times of difficulty. Each crack, each scratch, each imperfection is a testament to the passage of life and the love that inhabits it. These details, though subtle, remind us that perfection is not the measure of home, but rather the depth of care, attention, and shared experience.
A home nurtures the soul by providing space for both celebration and sorrow, teaching us that vulnerability and courage coexist in the most ordinary of places. Within the home, we learn that happiness is cultivated, not bestowed. It grows in the gentle act of tending to a plant, in the careful preparation of a meal, in the mindful arrangement of a room. The smallest actions, when performed with intention and love, ripple outward, shaping our perception of the world and ourselves. Home teaches us that life's richness is often found in simplicity, in the quiet cultivation of comfort, warmth, and meaningful connection. Here, we recognize that love is not an abstract concept, but a practice embedded in our everyday interactions and choices. A home also nurtures resilience through rhythm and routine. The cadence of daily life, the rising sun spilling light across the floor, the soft clatter of dishes, the hum of evening wind, provides structure that supports emotional and mental well-being. It encourages reflection, mindfulness, and balance, reminding us that even in a world of uncertainty, we can cultivate spaces and practices that restore our energy and sustain our spirit. Through its quiet consistency, home teaches us the art of presence, revealing that life's most enduring joys often reside in simple, mindful engagement with our surroundings and the people we cherish. The 26th to 30th lessons of home are clear. It is a sanctuary, a mentor, a space where courage, resilience, and love flourish. It encourages us to dream, to rest, and grow with awareness. It nurtures gratitude, reminding us that life is most meaningful when appreciated in its subtle details. A home is never simply a place to inhabit. It is a living, breathing entity that shapes our character, supports our aspirations, and teaches us the quiet power of intention, care, and presence. It is a sacred space where the human spirit is honored and nurtured, where ordinary moments are transformed into profound lessons, and where the rhythm of life is both protected and celebrated. In embracing the lessons of home from 26 through 30, we are invited to engage fully with our surroundings, to cultivate patience, to nurture love, and to honor the quiet strength that our homes provide. By doing so, we carry the spirit of home into every aspect of our lives, transforming not only the spaces we inhabit, but also the way we perceive the world, the people around us, and ourselves.
Home, in this sense, is both a destination and a guide, a teacher that speaks through silence, light, and the enduring presence of love. Alayhi salam, we move further into the depths of what a home represents. We begin to perceive it not merely alayhi salam, a dwelling, but alayhi salam, fertile ground where character and life itself are cultivated. A home is like a garden where seeds of patience, resilience, and love are planted and nurtured daily. It is here, within these walls, that we learn the value of care, of attention,
and of presence. Each gesture, each arrangement of objects, each thoughtful act resonates beyond the physical space, shaping our spirit and reinforcing our capacity to navigate the world with grace. In the quiet rhythm of a home, we discover that growth is incremental, intimate, and deeply rewarding. A home teaches the art of subtle influence. The way a room is arranged, the light that enters through a window, the warmth of a corner bathed in sunlight. These elements communicate care and intention without words. We learn that our surroundings affect our moods, inspire creativity, and cultivate mindfulness. The floors, walls, and furniture, though inanimate, are active participants in our emotional and mental well-being. By tending to our home thoughtfully, we tend to ourselves. It is in this reciprocity that the home becomes a partner in our personal evolution, silently guiding, comforting, and challenging us to be our best selves. The home also becomes a repository for small moments of happiness. A cup of tea on a morning table, the subtle rustle of leaves outside a window, the gentle hum of an evening breeze. All these ordinary experiences are elevated when witnessed within the sanctuary of home. It teaches that joy is not a grand event, but a constellation of small, mindful observations. By creating spaces where we can be fully present, the home nurtures gratitude and deep appreciation for life's subtleties. Within its embrace, we learn that contentment is cultivated from within, beginning with an awareness of the beauty in everyday life. Connection is another essential lesson imparted by the home. It is within these walls that relationships are nurtured and intimacy flourishes. Shared meals, conversations, laughter, and even quiet presence convey care and love. The home provides the context in which these interactions gain depth and significance, showing us that relationships thrive not in isolation, but through consistent attention, empathy, and presence. By fostering connection in our homes, we cultivate the skills and awareness that extend into our wider interactions with the world, creating a life enriched with compassion and understanding. Lastly, a home instills the courage to dream and the confidence to pursue those dreams. By offering a place of safety and stability, it allows us to explore the unknown, knowing that a sanctuary exists to return to. Every room becomes a canvas where imagination is free to flourish, where ideas can be nurtured, and where aspirations are given form. A home is not merely a backdrop to life. It is an active participant, shaping our perceptions, inspiring resilience, and reminding us of our capacity to create, care, and thrive. It teaches that even in the midst of uncertainty, we can anchor ourselves in spaces imbued with intention, love, and warmth. The 31st through 35th lessons of home emphasize growth, mindfulness, happiness, connection, and courage. A home is a living teacher, guiding us in ways both tangible and subtle. By cultivating our homes with intention, we cultivate our own lives with depth, presence, and resilience. These walls shelter not only our bodies, but our hopes, our aspirations, and our capacity to live fully and with purpose. In honoring our homes, we honor ourselves, the relationships we cherish, and the life we strive to live. The home, in this sense, is not just a place, it is a mentor, a mirror, and a sanctuary, continuously shaping the person we are and the life we create within its embrace. May we take these lessons to heart, recognizing that a home's true value lies not in its size or appearance, but in the love, care, and attention we invest within it. In doing so, we transform ordinary spaces into extraordinary sanctuaries, places where spirit, mind, and heart are nourished, and where the human experience is celebrated in all its depth, beauty, and resilience. Alayhi salam, we continue to explore the profound essence of home. We realize it is not simply a structure of walls and ceilings, but a living companion, a steadfast friend, and a sanctuary for the spirit.
A home patiently waits, offering comfort without demand, providing a place of rest and reflection. Within its embrace, we learn that stability is not just physical, but deeply emotional and spiritual. It is here that the human heart can breathe freely, unburdened by the chaos of the outside world, and where the mind can gain clarity, allowing dreams and aspirations to flourish. Home serves as a quiet mentor, teaching lessons in both resilience and surrender. It shows us that life is not merely about external achievement, but about cultivating inner balance, peace, and contentment. The simplest elements, a sunbeam filtering through a window, the soft creak of wooden floors, the gentle sway of a curtain in a breeze, carry profound meaning when observed with attention. These moments remind us that joy is cultivated through presence, mindfulness, and an awareness of the subtle beauty in everyday life. Within a home, even the most ordinary actions gain significance, becoming acts of care, love, and intentionality. The home is also a laboratory of relationships. Shared meals, laughter echoing across rooms, and quiet conversations teach us about empathy, patience, and understanding. Here we discover that human connection thrives when nurtured consistently in environments imbued with love and warmth. A home offers both the space to grow individually and the context to nurture bonds with others. It reminds us that happiness is relational, and that the depth of our connections within these walls often defines the richness of our lives. In essence, home teaches that we cannot flourish in isolation, and that true comfort arises from a balance of solitude and togetherness. Within the sanctuary of home, courage is cultivated. Knowing that there is a place to return to, we are emboldened to venture into the unknown. Every room becomes a canvas for creativity and self-expression, a stage where ideas can be nurtured and where aspirations are given space to grow. The home silently encourages us to embrace vulnerability, to take risks, and to explore life's possibilities. It provides the reassurance that failure is not catastrophic, and that each setback can be met with resilience because there exists a safe space to recover, reflect, and continue forward. Finally, a home instills gratitude. It teaches us to appreciate both the extraordinary and the ordinary, to notice beauty in subtle gestures, and to honor the moments that pass quietly yet meaningfully.
From the warmth of a morning light to the comfort of a quiet corner with a book, the home reminds us that richness is measured not by wealth or possessions, but by care, attention, and presence. It is a living teacher, guiding us to cultivate patience, connection, mindfulness, courage, and joy in all aspects of life. The 36th to 40th lessons of home illuminate its role as a mentor, companion, and sanctuary. They reveal that a home is a crucible for resilience, a canvas for creativity, and a safe harbor for the heart. It teaches that the spaces we inhabit shape our character, influence our emotions, and offer the freedom to dream and grow. By honoring our homes, we honor the invisible lessons they impart, the value of patience, the power of love, the strength of connection, and the quiet art of presence. Home is never just a physical location. It is a living, breathing entity that guides, nurtures, and inspires us throughout the journey of life. May we embrace the 36th through 40th lessons of home with awareness and gratitude. Let us recognize that its true beauty lies not in material grandeur, but in the care, intention, and love invested within it. In doing so, we transform ordinary spaces into extraordinary sanctuaries, where spirit, heart, and mind are nourished, and where the human experience is celebrated in its fullest depth and richness. The home, in this way, becomes both a guide and a companion, illuminating the path toward a life of meaning, comfort, and enduring inspiration. As we continue our journey through the intimate lessons of home, we discover that its most profound teachings are often quiet and subtle, yet immensely powerful.
A home is far more than a collection of rooms. It is a sanctuary of spirit, a laboratory of emotion, and a canvas upon which life paints its most meaningful experiences. Within its walls, we find space for reflection, connection, and renewal. Here, the rhythms of everyday life, sunlight spilling across a floor, the gentle creak of a chair, the soft flutter of curtains, become a symphony of presence, reminding us that the ordinary can be extraordinary when observed with intention and care. A home encourages joy in small moments. It shows us that happiness is often not found in grand gestures or distant ambitions, but in the attentive cultivation of everyday experiences.
The laughter shared over a simple meal, the quiet satisfaction of a room arranged with care, the comfort of a favorite chair bathed in sunlight. These moments are the building blocks of lasting contentment. In learning to notice and appreciate them, we cultivate gratitude, resilience, and a sense of fulfillment that extends far beyond the walls of the home. The home is also a space where courage is nurtured. It provides a stable foundation from which we can explore, create, and take risks. Knowing that a sanctuary awaits our return emboldens us to venture into the unknown, to dream without fear, and to embrace the challenges that life presents. Every room, every hallway, every window becomes a metaphorical stage, offering both safety and inspiration. Within its embrace, we develop the confidence to pursue our aspirations while remaining grounded in the love and support that our home provides. Connection is another vital lesson imparted by the home. It is within these walls that relationships deepen, bonds are strengthened, and empathy is cultivated. Shared spaces create opportunities for presence, for listening, and for understanding. The simple act of being together in a room, of noticing one another's gestures, expressions, and moods, teaches us that relationships thrive on attention, care, and mutual respect. The home, therefore, becomes both a stage and a teacher, demonstrating that human connection is a practice that requires intention, patience, and love. Finally, a home nurtures mindfulness and reflection. It encourages us to slow down, to observe the interplay of light and shadow, the textures of walls and furniture, the subtle details that often go unnoticed. In doing so, it teaches that life is richest when approached with awareness and presence. Within the sanctuary of home, we learn to honor both the extraordinary and the ordinary, recognizing that meaning is found not only in remarkable events, but in the quiet moments that form the fabric of everyday life. A home invites us to cultivate patience, resilience, gratitude, and joy, all within the familiar embrace of its walls. The 41st to 45th lessons of home illuminate its role as a teacher, sanctuary, and companion. It is a space that fosters creativity, nurtures relationships, and cultivates the inner life with depth and care.
By attending to the details, honoring routines, and nurturing the spaces we inhabit, we strengthen not only our connection to the home itself, but also to ourselves, to those we love, and to the world beyond its walls. A home is never merely a physical space. It is a living entity that shapes our perception, influences our emotions, and provides the support necessary to flourish in life. May we embrace the lessons of home from 41 through 45 with awareness, intention, and gratitude. Let us recognize that its true power lies not in walls or furniture, but in the love, care, and attention we invest within it. By doing so, we transform ordinary spaces into sanctuaries of growth, reflection, and inspiration, places where spirit, mind, and heart are nurtured, and where the human experience is celebrated in all its depth, beauty, and resilience. In this way, home becomes both a guide and a companion, illuminating the path toward a life rich in meaning, connection, and enduring joy. Alayhis salam, we reach the final lessons of home. We recognize that its greatest teachings are often intangible, yet profoundly transformative. A home is not merely a shelter, it is a living presence that nurtures, inspires, and reflects the essence of those who inhabit it. It stands, alayhis salam, a silent mentor, guiding us through life's complexities, offering solace in moments of challenge, and celebrating with us in times of joy. Every corner, every beam, every window carries the subtle wisdom of patience, love, and resilience. A home is a canvas on which the story of our lives is written, quietly shaping our character and enriching our spirit with every passing day. A home encourages reflection and introspection. Within its walls, we find a space to pause, to breathe, and to reconnect with ourselves. The ordinary becomes extraordinary when observed with mindfulness. The gentle play of sunlight on a floor, the comforting alignment of objects in a room, the quiet hum of wind through a partially open window. These moments teach us that life's richness is found not only in remarkable events, but also in the subtle, unnoticed details that form the tapestry of daily existence. The home thus becomes a sanctuary for contemplation, a place where we can realign with our values, our goals, and our inner essence. Connection remains at the heart of a home's power. It is within these spaces that relationships are nurtured and deepened.
Shared meals, laughter, conversation, and even silent companionship teach us that human connection requires attention, care, and presence. The home provides the context in which these interactions gain meaning and depth. By investing in our surroundings with intention and love, we also invest in the relationships that define our lives. A home teaches us that connection is both nurtured and reciprocal. The care we put into the space reflects the care we extend to one another. Courage and growth are fostered in a home. By offering stability, it empowers us to venture into the unknown, explore creativity, and pursue dreams. Every room, every window, every doorway becomes a threshold of possibility. Knowing that there exists a sanctuary to return to instills confidence and resilience. A home demonstrates that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone in a safe, nurturing environment. It teaches that life is an interplay of exploration and refuge, of risk and reassurance, and that our capacity to thrive is strengthened when grounded in a supportive, loving space. Lastly, a home cultivates gratitude and presence. It teaches us to appreciate both extraordinary and ordinary moments, to notice subtle beauty, and to honor the rhythm of life unfolding around us. From the warmth of a sunlit morning to the serenity of a quiet evening, from laughter echoing through halls to the gentle sigh of a settling house, we are reminded that the true value of a home lies not in its structure, but in the care, attention, and love it embodies. A home, in its final and perhaps most enduring lesson, is a teacher of life itself. It nurtures our spirit, anchors our heart, and inspires us to live fully with presence, courage, and joy. The 46th to 50th lessons of home reveal its ultimate power to transform ordinary spaces into sanctuaries of growth, love, and inspiration. They remind us that a home is a reflection of our inner life, a sanctuary for resilience, and a crucible for the human spirit. By embracing these lessons, we honor not only the spaces we inhabit, but also ourselves, our loved ones, and the life we are capable of creating within and beyond these walls. Home is never merely a place to reside. It is a living, breathing companion, a guide, and a constant source of wisdom, comfort, and inspiration.
In recognizing and nurturing its gifts, we cultivate a life rich in meaning, connection, and enduring joy, carrying the spirit of home into every aspect of our existence.